Hey there, hi, welcome to the channel. I am Garrett and I am so excited because in today's video, we are talking about simple decorating ideas that make a big difference without a huge commitment or a renovation. Now, the first thing we have to talk about that maybe is the most work and does require a little bit of commitment but is worth it is paint. Yes. Paint makes a big difference in your home, and that can mean refreshing the paint you have, scrubbing and cleaning it, making sure it's gleaming and glowing and looking good. I'm looking around at my paint here thinking like, what changes can I make? Or repainting. There's so many interesting things you can do with paint in your home, whether that's choosing a color that works cohesively with the things you have and makes them look more intentional, or painting your trim, repainting your trim just so it's brighter and fresher and looks clean. Add an accent wall. Add an accent ceiling, color drench everything. Paint is a really good way to make the design of a space feel all-encompassing without having to spend money on replacing all of your furniture. I choose a paint color based on the materials I've selected. So I'm looking at what tones, what colors do I have? I'd like to use 3 colors in 3 different ways. So which of those can I pull that works beautifully in the space? Maybe it's a neutral. Maybe you commit to a really vibrant color, and that's okay too. But even just getting those scuffs off the wall, touch-up painting, it shows a level of attention to detail that we really want to see in a home, that makes a home feel well maintained and comfortable. Even just repainting the baseboards can really brighten and freshen things up, because if there's any area in your home that's going to collect dust, it's going to be those baseboards. So giving them a good scrub, potentially a repaint, makes a huge difference in the overall feeling of your home without a massive commitment. One of my favorite things is a great piece of jewelry. I love it. And in your home, the hardware on your cabinetry is the jewelry, so changing it out or adding it actually makes a huge impact without having to make a really big commitment. Now, a lot of kitchens don't have hardware on the cabinetry. Same thing goes for bathrooms. If you are buying a new build home or you're living somewhere that maybe hasn't been fully designed and everything, you might be in that situation. So for me, I have a woodworker I work with who can come and put the holes in the cabinetry to make sure they're all spaced perfectly and even, and I recommend you look for that if you're looking to add hardware onto your cabinetry. But if you have existing hardware, changing it out is a big renovation without renovating you can do. It looks incredible. Sometimes that's all you really need in a kitchen. Like, the kitchen doesn't look that bad. It's not actually dated. It just needs some good hardware or to change things up. If you find hardware that has the same spacing as the existing hardware, that means there's no drilling, there's no making holes, there's no permanent changes. You just keep the old stuff, and hey, if you're renting and you move out, you can just put that in and take your good hardware with you, and that's phenomenal. Those countertop appliances like your toaster, your mixer, or I don't know, your coffee maker, all of these things have hardware. They have some sort of detail on them, and you can use that in a cohesive way or in a contrasting way. You can tie into your existing appliances. If you have white, black, or stainless steel, get those small countertop appliances in a matching hardware. Or you can contrast that by matching the hardware that's on your cabinetry, pulling in an accent color from another part of the home into the kitchen. That's always a really great idea. And the same principle applies to your bathrooms. And if you want to make a really big impact without a huge commitment, no renovations, change out the faucets. Oh, I love a statement faucet in a kitchen, or a beautiful, weighted, substantial faucet in a bathroom. Oh, so good. That's a big change that makes an impact in the versatility, the usability of a space, but also the design. And it's definitely worth thinking about. Something else worth thinking about is some of those difficult obstacles you may face when it comes to decorating and designing your home. But rest assured, you always have me at your side, and you could book a one-on-one design consultation with me. We do a virtual call where you can show me around your home. We can discuss all of your design and decorating needs, and I can give you the answers you might need, or I might just give you the tough love that you've been waiting to hear. Be sure you head to the description box down below and click the link, or type into your browser intro.co/GarrettLeChic. As an interior designer, one of my favorite things in the world is great lighting, and a simple change you can make to your home is to add more of it. Add a lamp in every corner, add 2 lamps in every corner, add an overhead fixture, add wall sconces. There's so many great forms of lighting out there you can get that don't require a big commitment. There's also a lot of things you can do with rechargeable lighting, like sconces, for example. If you live in a 2-story home and on the ground floor, it's hard to put sconces in. You have to move a lot of wiring that requires cutting drywall. It's expensive. Rechargeable lights are the answer for you. And you can actually get those like stick-on night lights that you put places that are rechargeable. Great, use them in sconces to get that look for less. Add lamps, rechargeable LED lamps, even just plug in standard wall lamps. Hey, there's a ton of them in my Amazon storefront that I recommend you check out. I love all of the things in that store. So there's a lot you can do with lighting that will really make a big statement. Even if you're renting a place, okay, you can change out the lighting, have an electrician do that, and you can add a lot of personality without painting or renovating or anything, just through a light fixture, and then you just have it changed back to the original before you move out, and you're good to go. Lighting is your best friend, and you can do so much with it depending on the style you choose. Adding a table lamp isn't a big commitment, and you can get them from yard sales, you can get them from Facebook Marketplace. Thrift stores always have a ton of lights, even consignment stores. They are everywhere. There's great lamps out there. It just takes a little bit of hunting and searching to find one that sends the message you're looking to achieve, but adding more lighting is always going to be a good thing. I look to do that with a warm tone light, and that's another simple change you can make, is just changing the temperature of the lighting from a cool tone light to a warm tone light. You will not believe the world of difference it makes. Warm lighting makes your home more inviting, more welcoming, more comfortable, and also it just makes it look more beautiful after dark. Another simple change you can make to your home that will make it look and feel designer and luxurious is to layer window treatments. I love lighting, but I love window treatments too. Like, they are one of my favorite things because they really make an impact in a space. And designers across the world are never going to sleep on great window treatments. They make even an average home look luxurious and expensive. So I like to layer them together on a window. Give me blinds, give me a textured blind, give me a really functional blind, give me a honeycomb solar blind to improve the insulation in your home. That's great too. And layer some drapes on top of that to give that softness. Blinds are for usage and for light filtration, as where drapes are actually more of a wall treatment, but you can use them to black out a space also. Mixing those together is the dream. It is the goal. Roman blinds can be layered with drapes as well, or you can layer a Roman blind with actual blinds that are inset into a window. Layering window treatments is such a great way to make a statement in your home, but it can actually be simple. And a lot of people don't realize that inset blinds, you can actually get them that are tension set. So they basically go in and you adjust the size of them. They're in my Amazon storefront. I recommend you check them out without having to screw into the window frames or into your walls. It's literally the best renter hack ever, but if you're also just not a person that knows how to use tools. I love great window treatments in my home, and you should too. You can definitely achieve a designer look, something that feels expensive and beautiful in an average home, in a less than average home. Do it in any space, whether it's an apartment, a condo, a mobile home. You can achieve great design. Window treatments are one of the easiest ways to do that, and layering them together sends a great message, but it doesn't have to be super complicated. It's one of the most simple things you can do that makes one of the biggest impacts. I just don't personally buy packaged drapes, and if I'm going to, which I wouldn't, but if I was going to, I'd get them extra long and hemmed perfectly to length so that they have that designer fit and that custom look and feel. Speaking what I would do if I was you, I would hit the subscribe button and join us, become a part of our GarrettLeChic family. And don't get me wrong, I know that, hey, maybe interior design is not at the forefront of everyone's mind right now. I'm actually doing a series right now all on simple things you can do for the average home to create beautiful spaces and great design on a budget for nothing. Low cost design and renovations that make your home look and feel beautiful. No matter what's going on, you shouldn't give up on that space because your home is your castle, right? And it should look and feel beautiful, and it should feel like you. So be sure you take a moment, you hit that subscribe button and join us, and give this video a like. Another simple decorating idea that I love and I do all of the time in my homes is actually add contrasting head chairs in my dining room. And that would just mean the chairs at the ends of the table. I just make them different and they stand out. It adds a little bit of interest. And if you have a minimal space, or you have a space that maybe the walls are not painted and it's not vibrant colors, sometimes that's that little detail and feature you need to add. There are lots of places to find affordable chairs, however. I mean, When I'm buying chairs, I'm looking for sets of them. I'm not looking for 2, I'm looking for 4, I'm looking for 6, I'm looking for 8. So when I see a listing for 2 chairs, I'm like, that's okay, it's fine, but I don't need that. So I skip over it. That's where you can find a good deal, be it in a thrift store, in a vintage shop, on Facebook Marketplace, even on Cherish. I love shopping online for furniture, and there are great resources out there, but pairs of chairs are not the premium. It's not at the forefront of everyone's mind, and you can get a good deal on them. I also use sets of chairs scattered throughout my house as decor, as small tables, as little accessories and things in my home, because I like to have that layered look and feel, that intentional kind of clutter vibe. That's me, but it also serves me because I can gather them all up and put them around my table when I need them. I can extend my table and seat like 17 people at it because I have enough chairs for that. Not saying you have to have that many, but you could flank an entry table or a console table with 2 chairs, and there are those extra chairs you need to pull up to the table when you're hosting a larger group of people. Having accent head chairs on your table, though, makes a big difference. It stands out, and it is that little feature or detail your home might need, especially if you've got a lot of space or it's a little bit of an empty space. Hey, add that in and it adds a detail. Another great thing you can add to your home that I love, a small decorating idea that makes a big impact, is actually a round rug. You don't realize how awkward an average home can be, because a lot of these home builders don't bring in designers to say like, hey, where's the furniture gonna go? So you end up with an awkward space. A round rug is the answer. If you have a tight dining space, you have a round table or a square table, get a round rug. A round rug immediately makes the space feel like it has better flow. Like, there are no corners or edges, so it feels more intentional, and they actually feel larger than they are and tend to make a space look bigger than it is, because you see more of the floor and you see less of an ending of a rug, like a corner, because a round rug doesn't have any. They're also great for living rooms that have awkward layouts where your furniture maybe doesn't sit at that perfect square 90 degree. A round rug is the answer because it immediately makes everything feel intentional, even if something is offset or at an awkward angle, or if you just have an odd shaped space, because a square rug tends to have a square pattern as where a round rug doesn't. It's a great thing to remember and keep in mind when you're searching out there for rugs. If you have that awkward space, a round rug may be your answer. I notice that a lot of homes are missing something important, and that important thing is a pattern. A pattern. Patterns are great for homes, including accent pillows and rugs, because sometimes just layering too many neutrals together, it's a little boring. It's a little boring. We need some interest, we need some detail, we need a pattern. So pattern rugs, pattern chairs, accent chairs. Oh, love that. A pattern pillow. Those are great things to bring into a space that don't require a big commitment. It's not like adding a pattern wallpaper or spending a lot of money on custom designer drapes with a pattern. Access to a pattern throw pillow is everywhere, whether you're going to a Home Goods or you're going onto Amazon or you're going to my Amazon storefront and finding the real gems online. That's beside the point. Pattern pillows make an impact and a difference because it adds character and interest, and it allows you to take advantage of your color scheme and tie things together. Look for a pattern that features the same colors you're already using in your home to really add a layered detail into the space. I'd show you my patterned accent pillow I have right here, but it's covered in dog hair because somebody likes to lay here and nap on it with me, don't you, Arden? The looks, who are you looking at right now? Because there's nobody there. It's me, you, and the camera. I'm just kidding, his dad is actually behind the camera helping me film, isn't he? It's nap time, and we need to talk about the next thing, which is actually a woven material like a basket. Adding baskets into your space, adding a natural material like straw, wicker, rattan, it creates interest, and it actually has a little bit of a whimsical feel to it, or more of a country feel depending on your style. If you like British cottage design, you need to have baskets. They need to be everywhere. They're great for storage. I love a basket. We can actually use them to kind of throw some accent pillows, some blankets into to create that kind of layered feel and effect, but also a little bit of storage. I think that's great. Look for picture frames, look for references from the outdoors to bring in, and a basket is a great place to do that because, like I said, you get the storage, but you also get that detail, that texture, that layering in the space. It creates a little bit of whimsy and character that you can bring in. In a kid's room, a woven basket-like material is great because it's hard wearing, it's durable, and like I said, it adds a little bit of that youthful energy, that whimsy into a space. but something like a basket with a leather strap on it is great in a living room or even a bedroom to add a little bit of extra storage. Another simple home decorating idea that can make a big difference in your space is an unexpected element. I love to be challenged. I love to have my design perspective challenged and see something that is out of place that feels natural. And I think that's great. And the unexpected element is that thing. And you're like, what does that even mean? Let me tell you, it means adding something that shouldn't be in that space or we wouldn't expect to find there. For example, if you have a very modern home, adding in a more traditional piece of furniture is unexpected. We don't think we're gonna see that there. Add, like a gorgeous gilt French chair into that space. Oh, it's so interesting, it's unexpected. And the same is true of the opposite. If you have a traditional home, give us something modern. Give us a postmodern style piece or a mid-century style piece. That's really great and really cool. I actually have a client who has a traditional style home, and her husband is really into like movies and stuff. So she has like a Star Wars poster in their foyer. And you're not expecting to see it. And hey, maybe I wouldn't recommend that to everybody, but it really fits who they are and works for them in their home. I think that's cool. I think it's interesting. That's great. It tells me something about who you are. It also tells me what I'm gonna experience when I come here and we hang out together, but also it's just unexpected and interesting. That unexpected element often is the personality in your space. And you can mix styles together. You can have something that's really bold and colorful and vibrant, or something that is ultra minimal and neutralized, because it's the opposite of what would be expected in that space. Sometimes it's just a saturated color. That can be an unexpected element, or it can be the style of furniture you're bringing into the space. Bring in the unexpected element to create interest, to create a conversation piece in a space, because that's what your home should be. It should reflect who you are and your personality. And that could be as simple as picking things up from your travels, or maybe you just found something on the side of the road you thought was cool. I don't do that, but I would buy an antique piece to bring into my home that I felt was different and unique, and that would be my statement. The main thing in your home is to be authentic and real. So be sure you check out this video right over here, all about interior design for real people, real lives, and real homes. Be sure you check it out, and I will see you over there.